Walk into a flooring store and everyone in there is friendly, helpful, and on your side. At least that is how it is supposed to feel. But that showroom is built to do one thing: get you to spend more than you planned, and the people who work there are trained with a playbook to make it happen. This week I pulled that playbook apart: the pricing games, the register upsells, and the financing trap that can cost you hundreds in interest you never agreed to. So here are the 7 tricks flooring stores use to make you overpay, and exactly how to beat every single one. Stay for number 1, because it is the one that quietly costs the most, and almost nobody sees it coming until the bill shows up months later. Number 7. The sale that never ends. You have seen the banner, 60% off this week only. Here's the thing: walk in next month and it is still 60% off. And the month after that. When a store runs a permanent sale, that discounted price is not a discount at all. It is just the price, and the crossed out higher number is fiction. This is not a gray area. The Federal Trade Commission's rules on deceptive pricing say a regular price has to be a price the store actually sold at, in good faith for a real stretch of time, not a fake number invented to make the sale look bigger. So when you see a flooring banner that has been screaming the same discount since the dawn of time, ignore the percentage completely. The only number that matters is the final price per square foot compared against another store. The sale is theater. Do not let it anchor you. Number 6. The bait price at the door. Vinyl plank, 99 cents a square foot. It gets you in the door, and that is the entire point. Because when you ask for it, one of 2 things happens. It is out of stock, or it is the thinnest, ugliest, builder-grade product they carry, and the salesperson gently walks you up to something nicer for 3 or 4 times the price. That is textbook bait and switch, luring you with a price on something they never really expected you to buy. Real installed flooring runs anywhere from $3 to over $20 a square foot, so a rock-bottom banner price is almost always a hook. Go in knowing the spec you actually want: 20 mil wear layer, rigid core, and do not let a fantasy price pull you off it. Number 5. The commission steer. The friendly person helping you is often paid on commission and not on the total price, on the profit. That means the floor they steer you toward is frequently not the best floor for you. It is the one that pays them the most, usually a high-margin house brand or an exclusive line you cannot price check anywhere else. That is the clever part. If it is a brand only that store carries, you cannot walk down the street and compare the same product for less, and they know it. So when a salesperson strongly pushes one specific line, ask a simple question: is this available anywhere else, or is it exclusive to you? If it is exclusive, that is your signal to be extra skeptical, not extra trusting. Number 4. The register upsells and the one add-on to always refuse. You picked your floor, you are feeling good, and now come the add-ons. 2 of them matter. First, a second underlayment or padding, sold as extra protection. Here is what they will not tell you. Most vinyl and laminate planks already have a pad attached, and adding another one underneath does not help. It overcushions the joints and can actually stress the locking system until the planks separate, which voids your warranty. You would be paying to damage your own floor. Decline it unless you are going over bare concrete and need a moisture barrier. Second, and this is the big one, the extended warranty or floor protection plan pushed at the counter. This is the single add-on to always refuse. Consumer Reports has said for years to skip these because only a small fraction of what you pay ever comes back as a claim. The store keeps a huge commission, and the plan usually excludes the exact things most likely to happen: water damage, wear, bad installation, while duplicating a manufacturer warranty that already lasts 20 or 30 years. It is close to pure profit for them and close to pure loss for you. Say no. Number 3. The installed price that is not the installed price. This one we have covered before, and it belongs here too. A store quotes you one clean number, installed, and it sounds like a deal. Then the crew arrives and the change orders begin. Subfloor prep, old floor removal and disposal, moving furniture, transitions, new baseboards. None of it was in that shiny installed price. In a recent survey, surprise costs were the #1 frustration homeowners reported about their flooring project. The fix is one sentence you say every time. Give me an itemized quote, with removal, prep, and trim as separate lines. If they will not put it in writing line by line, that is your answer about how the final bill is going to go. Number 2. The clock. Sign today or lose the deal. This is the pressure close, and it is strongest in your own home when the in-home salesperson spreads samples on your kitchen table and tells you the price is only good if you sign tonight. Let me be very clear. A real price does not evaporate at midnight. Any deal that only exists if you decide right now is a deal designed to stop you from thinking, comparing, or getting a second quote. And here is the rescue almost nobody knows. If you sign a contract in your own home, federal law gives you a 3-business-day right to cancel. For a full refund, no reason required. It is the FTC's cooling-off rule, and it exists precisely because in-home sales lean on this pressure. So if you ever feel rushed into signing at your kitchen table, sign nothing. Or if you already did, you have 3 days to walk it back. Pressure is not a discount. It is a warning sign. Number 1. The 0% financing that is not really zero. This is number 1 because it is the trick that costs the most and hides the longest. The offer sounds incredible. 0%, no interest, 24 months. What they do not explain clearly is how most of these deals actually work. It is called deferred interest. The interest is not waived, it is stacked up quietly in the background from day one. And if you pay the whole balance off inside the window, great, you dodge it. But miss that payoff deadline by a single day, or leave even a small balance, and all of that back interest lands on you at once, often at a brutal rate. This is not a fringe problem. Consumer regulators have flagged that a huge share of deferred interest spending happens on home improvement and that fewer than half of the riskiest borrowers actually pay off in time. So when a flooring store waves 0% at you to close a bigger sale, read the words deferred interest and assume you will trip the deadline, because most people do. If you cannot pay it off comfortably inside the window, it is not free money. It is a time bomb with your name on it. So here is how you walk into any flooring showroom completely protected. The floor verdict showroom rule: 3 moves and no store can play you. Move 1, ignore the sale percentage, only compare the final price per square foot across at least 2 stores. Move 2, refuse every register upsell, the extended warranty and the second underlayment every time, no exceptions. Move 3, never sign the same day. Take the itemized quote home, sleep on it, get one more bid, and if it was an in-home sale, remember your 3-day right to cancel. Compare the real number, decline the add-ons, never sign under pressure. Do those 3 and the entire playbook falls apart in front of you. Here is the whole video in one line. The showroom is not your friend or your enemy. It is a business running a script, and the moment you know the script, you stop being the target. Walk in informed, and you walk out having paid for a floor, not for their commission. Now drop it in the comments, because this one saves people real money. Which of these tricks has a flooring store pulled on you? The fake sale, the pressure, the surprise financing? Tell the story. 100 real experiences here warn the next person better than any banner. And subscribe before your next flooring trip, because next time we settle the question every pet owner asks: the best and the worst floors for dogs and cats, the one that shrugs off claws and accidents for years, and the one that will be wrecked inside 12 months. If you have a furry family, that video is for you. See you there.